Welcome back to Belfield on Broadway. It's always nice to see something different on Broadway, or whether it be in the West End, and a show that's full of personalities. And there's two of them in this one. It's called All About Me. And Michael Feinstein. I want Feinstein, not Feinstein.
It's Feinstein.
No, but I prefer Feinstein. It's easier for me to deal with.
Well, the name is derived from German, and the proper pronunciation is Feinstein, but I don't take anyone to court over it either way. So,
all right, let's start this again.
But is it a Steinway or a Einstein, Bernstein?
Let's set this up. This show is you and Dame Edna, and your job really is to keep it slinky and to impress us with your amazing voice. Dame Edna's job, not so much.
Well, Dame Edna is one of the extraordinary, brilliant comedic minds of our time, and when we started to put the show together, I knew that it was going to be a great challenge, but that's why I wanted to do it, because I haven't been on Broadway in 20 years, and I didn't want to come back unless I could find some unique or unusual way to come back, and boy, is this it.
What I love about it, from the second the curtain goes up, it's like you're watching a true American legend. Do you know what I mean? I know that sounds incredibly nice and overwhelming and all of that, but you've got the look, you've got the voice, you've got the style, you've got the charisma, and really you've got to have that to pull off what you're trying to do.
I've been lucky to learn from some great, great entertainers, from Rosemary Clooney and from Liza Minnelli and Elaine Stritch and many others along the way who nurtured me, and also working with songwriters and such. And so I'm trying to keep a legacy alive that's very important to me personally and happily to many other people.
Why haven't you got your own big stage show in Las Vegas? Because you were born to be there. And I don't mean that as an insult either. I mean, to me now, it's up there with the best. All the best people go there because the standard's so high. And we want to see really good entertainers that nail it. And that's what you try and do, isn't it?
Well, thank you. I had a year contract in Vegas, and I got out of it after 3 weeks because I did not like being there. It was sort of like being in purgatory or something. I go there and do gigs, but it's not where I want to be for a long period of time.
What was so horrible about it? I mean, there's great food, there's buffets, you can put on at least 400 pounds in a week.
I am a vegan, so I don't eat any animal products. I am not compulsive. I do not smoke. I do not drink. I don't gamble. I'm not into prostitution. You know, I mean, it does. You know, it's not a great mix. You know,
nothing there for you then, is there? Could you tell our audience who might not have heard of you about you? Because over here, you're an incredible legend that, as you said earlier and alluded to, you've worked with everybody and been part of so many amazing productions. Kind of sum it up in a few words.
I started my career as a pianist and singer in clubs, and I was working for Ira Gershwin, who was George's brother. Ira died in 1983, and I became the executor of the Ira Gershwin estate and was a conduit for many of the songwriters whom I met when I was quite young. And so I started interpreting these songs and then started making a career doing it when it was certainly not fashionable, and done 20 some albums and CDs, and my work has been to keep this music alive and also to keep a certain kind of performance tradition going that people are so hungry for. I've been lucky enough to work in the UK a number of times. Did the Palladium a few months ago, and love the appreciation of audiences for words, for lyrics, for a certain decorum in the theater. It's quite extraordinary to me. It's something that I treasure.
How do you feel at the end of the show, and especially on a two-show day?
I feel exhilarated after the show because it goes by so quickly, and I never know what's going to happen with Edna. And I feel energized. The short answer is that I feel energized because I love what I do, and I realize how incredibly lucky I am because not all that many people get to do what they truly love doing all the time, so I must never take it for granted.
And what about the live band? That was one thing that really impressed me with this. They're very good, aren't they?
Well, we're lucky that our producer, Jeffrey Richards, and his associates agreed to a 12-piece band, while A Little Night Music on Broadway has 9 pieces. And he wanted it to be a big band sound because that in itself is something that audiences absolutely love. So it's gangbusters because from the moment they play that vamp medley as our overture, where they do these bits and pieces from all these Broadway shows, and that was an idea that I had that I thought, well, I don't know if this will work or not, but we do just introductions to all these songs and people know exactly what they're in for.
And that's what's nice about you. You don't take yourself seriously, and I think that's so nice. But so many people do, don't they? And it's almost unattractive when you're very good and you know you are.
I I just know that I love music. I started doing what I do because I love the songs and I wanted to share the songs with other people. So I think of myself more as a historian than a performer, and I don't have that burning need to perform. I don't think about when I can get on stage again. When I'm not working, it's the last thing I think about, even though I'm immersed in music all the time. So my sensibility, I guess, is different from a lot of other entertainers.
I know there's a lot of respect between you and Dame Edna, or Dame Edna wouldn't be here, but she is a little volatile at times, and she can say certain things and put you in awkward positions. Are you slightly nervous when you go on stage with her?
Well, honestly, I'm never nervous when I'm on stage with Dame Edna because I know that whatever she says is going to be funny and it's going to be in the moment. And I love being the straight man, if you will, even though I have come out with a couple of things here and there. But there's no fear, there's just joy and the excitement of what's going to happen. It's very light, you know. We're not talking about Hamlet. It is something that I think is needed right now, especially for Broadway audiences. Something that is lighthearted. It's a musical comedic entertainment that is something that we feel fills a niche right now, and it's wonderful to look at the faces of the people, especially as we get to the end of the show, as it sort of builds its momentum, and people are having such a good time. It's just a joy.
You're a very busy man, but when are you bringing this to the West End?
We have talked about bringing it to the West End in the fall, but both of us have scheduling situations that we have to get around. So my last time performing in the West End was, I guess, about 5 years ago. So I'm looking forward to coming back.
You're a true American star, and there's so few of them left. You dress the part, you look the part, and you sing the part, and play the part as well. You're the all-round entertainer. Congratulations on a lovely show. Thank you for talking to me.
It's my great pleasure.